Hi, I'm Chris McMahon. I'm reading through Chapter 1 of my science fiction novel The Torsetti Diversion, page 6. The commander ran a hand through his short blonde hair in an unconscious gesture. Maybe we can have that tennis rematch. Back on Earth, Carrick and Jansen had been keen players. Carrick and Avell had been invited into the elite circles of Jansen's family, the Davises, on 2 occasions, playing social doubles on a world-class court set into the immaculately landscaped grounds of their Long Island mansion. He and Jansen had even had the odd cyber match in the Habitat's recreation room while they completed their mission at Epsilon Eridani, but the pace of work had soon left little time. The keen disappointment of their first mission had also affected them all. The indications of a promising world in the habitable zone around Epsilon Eridani, as seen from Earth, had led to a Mars-sized moon orbiting a gas dwarf, a tortured world squeezed by tidal forces and bathed in radiation. Commander Jansen, out. The screen darkened for a moment. Then an image of Mara flared to life above him. In the recording, Mara was standing at the main console, her dark hair pulled back into a business-like bun, her slim, attractive face tight with tension, her dark brown eyes intent. Always detached and efficient on the surface. It had been only at the end of their brief but intense affair that Carrick saw firsthand the emotional intensity that boiled inside her. "Morning, Carrick," said Mara. It was a convention to greet people at the beginning of their shift as though it was morning. Everything seems to be pretty much under control here at the moment, 3 months ago. The only thing I'm a bit worried about is radiation. Up until now I've had all the sensors configured to get as much data on the planets around Torsetti as possible. I detected an intense X-ray burst from the direction of the star. We didn't have our sensors aligned to monitor it, so I can't tell for sure whether Torsetti was the point of origin. Their efforts had been particularly focused on a big planet orbiting Torsetti at 0.55 astronomical units, a favourable orbit for life, which showed signs of both oxygen and water. Another, orbiting at 1.35 astronomical units, was even bigger and was on the edge of the habitable zone. Mara's forehead wrinkled. "I can't determine the cause of the X-ray," she said. For a moment she had forgotten he was watching her. A memory of Mara, laying beneath him, her eyes unfocused in ecstasy, fled through his mind, leaving a trail of longing in its wake. "That sort of star shouldn't be producing anything remotely like this," continued Mara. "I'm hoping that it's coming from a singular celestial event way out beyond the system and that the worst is past. But if the source is in the vicinity, this could be just the beginning of a sustained burst. Anyway, I've aligned some of our sensors on Torsetti to gather data. Just keep an eye on it for me, will you? Wake me if it's anything critical." She clenched her jaw tightly and leant forward. The video feed cut. So there were signs of X-rays even 3 months ago.